We are learning about the domestication of plants and animals during the Neolithic era 10,000 years ago. Domestication is when farmers change plants and animals to use them for food and farm work. Our questions this week are: which were the first plants and animals to be domesticated? How is farming different from hunting and gathering? And how did daily life change for the new farmers? On this page, number 3, you will read this. The Neolithic way of life first appeared in southwestern Asia. Over several thousand years, it spread northward to Europe and eastward to India and East Asia. Around the same time, people in the Americas developed Neolithic skills on their own. Now on page number 4, you're going to write where the farming revolution started and where it went. So if you look here in number 3, it started in southwestern Asia. So number 1, you're going to write southwestern Asia. You can see Asia is over here on the list. Then you will go back to look for the second place it went, which was Europe, and you'll write Europe number 2, etc., etc. Page number 5 reminds you to take the continents quiz in Google Classroom. So here is a map to help you study for it, and here is a video to help you practice. Number 6, please use this button to listen to these sentences. And on page 7, you will write all of the sentences. Now on page 8, here is the same paragraph we read last week, and you're going to use these words, and you're going to put them into these spaces. So for instance, this says, about 10,000 years ago, people in Mesopotamia. So about, and there's a space here, so I'm going to write 10,000 in here. 10,000 years ago. People in Asia. Oh, I remember that Mesopotamia is in Asia, so I'm going to fill that in there. Page 8, I'm going to try to read this. Goats were probably the first animals to be domesticated, followed closely by sheep. In Southeast Asia, chickens also were domesticated about 10,000 years ago. Later, people began domesticating larger animals, such as oxen or horses, for plowing and transportation. These are known as beasts of burden. What were the first animals to be domesticated? So it says that up here in the paragraph, and I even highlighted it to make it easy for you. Please remember that when we write items in a list, we put commas between them and before the last word. Now on page 10, you are going to go up here to Insert, and then down to Image, over to Search the Web, and then you're going to type in whichever word here you're looking for. So I'm going to look for ox, or sometimes they're called oxen. Whichever one you like, you can click on it and click Insert, or you can drag it over there. And then to size it, you will find that arrow in the middle and make it small enough to put into this table. And you will do that for all 8 of those animals. On page 11, you will read this paragraph. The first domesticated plants in Mesopotamia were wheat, barley, lentils, and types of peas. People in other parts of the world, including Eastern Asia, parts of Africa, and parts of North and South America, also domesticated plants. Other plants that were cultivated by early civilizations included rice in Asia and potatoes in South America. Now I got this from National Geographic, so I put that in quotations, and here's a link to the article. What were the first plants to be domesticated? Again, I helped you out by putting this in yellow, so down here you can write the sentence. On page 12, you will do the same instructions to add pictures of some of those plants. And since domestication is about making plants and animals for food, here you will answer some questions about food. And make sure you use this box down here to help you with the words. I like is better, I prefer, and would love it if somebody used because it is to explain their decision. Page 14, I want you to write several sentences about what you see here and what you think and what you notice. And finally, on page 15, excuse me, you're going to put an X if you got that part right, and a question mark if you still need to work on it. Thank you so much. Let's keep learning.